Hello everybody, today I'm going to be explaining how to install paddle shifters on your Alfa Romeo Stelvio, the most straightforward way to do it. So first things first, they debate, should you take off your steering wheel? Should you leave it on? My answer is, take off your steering wheel. You cannot put it back on incorrectly. It doesn't allow you to. It's splined on a specific way for the pinion. Okay, how to take off your steering wheel? Well, to take off your steering wheel, you need to remove the airbag, and then you need to remove the nut holding on the steering wheel. So I'll explain to you how to do that. To take off your airbag, I'll try and get this as clear as I can. You're going to need to insert a flathead screwdriver and press on that bar right there. That bar will release the airbag, and it won't require any force to take out. It'll simply pop off. Go ahead, set the airbag aside, face up in case it does explode. Once you have that off, there are going to be 3 connectors. They're a bit of a PDA to undo, but you can undo them with carefulness and a pick. You need to get a set of picks for this. It'll make this so much easier. Once you undo those 3 connectors, you can go ahead and undo the nut holding on the steering wheel. Do not use an impact. Use a regular wrench. Go ahead and undo it with a wrench. It shouldn't be very tight. I mean, it should be tight, but it shouldn't be so tight where you can't undo it. But have a breaker bar just in case. You never know. Once you have that nut off, you can go ahead and pull the steering wheel off of this carefully, off of the steering pinion carefully, and you can set it to the side. If you're not able to, because there's a connector that's just being stubborn and you don't want to break it, that's fine. That's what happened to me. You can rest it gently on your knees and then install the paddle shifters because it's not very difficult to do. The paddle shifters, when you get them, they might be out of stock. You're going to have to separate them from a stock. This should come apart easily. If it's not coming apart easily from the regular stock, then you're doing something wrong and you're missing a bolt. Once you have the paddle shifters off the stock that it comes on, if you didn't order them standalone, sometimes it's cheaper to order it with the whole setup, then you can go ahead and just mount it on here. It's going to be kind of hard to hold them up at first, but you can go ahead and put it on here, hold it down with a screw on this side, then there's going to be a couple screws in the bottom, I believe. Tighten them down. They don't need to be very tight at all. You're going to require a set of Torx bits for this. Then you're going to want to go ahead and connect the paddle shifters. So, in the beginning of this, which I should have put, you're actually going to have to remove this trim piece, this trim piece, and that's it. There's going to be a T25 and a T25. These are either T25s or T20s, but they're around. They're here. This is just going to pop off. Excuse me, my car is a little bit dirty, but these are just going to pop off. Then you're going to have access to the connector. Now, the connector, some people say it's in brown tape, some people say it's in black tape. For me, I believe it was just in like regular electrical tape. Every car has the same harness. I mean, all the 2-liters have the same harness. So you're going to have it. You're going to have the paddle shifter capability. Go ahead and undo the tape and plug your paddle shifters in. When you plug the paddle shifters in, reverse the process and you're going to have everything done. They're not going to work immediately. You're going to need to program them with MultiEcuScan. Modded Motors and a couple of other channels make really good videos of MultiEcuScan. What I will say is that with MultiEcuScan, it's a powerful tool. You're able to access all the modules in the car, and you're always going to want to use a wired connection and have a blue and gray connector on you. With each of those, you're going to need to switch it out fairly quickly for the proxy alignment to work properly. Once you have that, if you want to go the extra mile, you can look up a video. I believe it's by somebody on YouTube. They have curly hair, I'll tell you that. And they make a video on how to enable the European versions of these paddle shifters. It's by programming the bit or the byte something. I did it, I don't quite remember, but it allows you to put the car into neutral using the paddle shifters and then put it into drive by clicking the right paddle shifter, or the upshift. If you click both of them at the same time, like you would in dual clutch transmission, you'll be able to rev the car in neutral, and then you can click this one to put it back into drive.